Alright, here we are. Education starts at home and Fun Education Network on YouTube. Um, Coming at you again. Basically, what I wanted to do this morning is because it's 7:15, so it's not that early. Basically, what I wanted to do this morning was kind of let you all know that basically history is going to happen today. What they're gonna do a live streaming of the International Space Station. So if you don't know what the International Space Station is, it's basically a space hotel. Once you look in the sky now, I've said in a previous posting, once you look in the sky now, you see the brightest light, and that brightest light is not the North Star anymore, it's the International Space Station. And it kind of blinks on and off, and it travels around. The Earth travels around. I don't know if the International Space Station travels around, but hopefully this live streaming will explain some of those things. So basically what they do every 6 months, they send astronauts up there. I don't think a black astronaut has been up there yet, but I want to be the first black astronaut to go to the International Space Station, because in history you'll learn that there were teachers that went up in space, and one of them was a Latino teacher. The other one was a white female teacher, and I don't know. I think it was others. Another white male teacher. So I would like to be the first to go to the International Space Station. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. What they're doing, they're going up there to do studies as far as like with the different animals and probably like different organisms, period. And they're seeing if they can survive in space. And they're also there. If you didn't know, there's also a rover that they sent up in the summertime. It's called the Curiosity. So there's a rover that they sent up in the summertime called the Curiosity, and they were basically trying to figure out if there's life there was previous life on Mars, and if there can be life on Mars, which they think can eventually happen. So we might be in Mars one day. So hopefully this is interesting to you. Also, what I wanted to add to the class, as far as like the book that we're reading, was just A Lesson Before Dying. There was some insight that I got, or basically, I guess it made me think about something, and I want to see if you all are on that same wavelength, because we're all tapped into one wavelength at some point. So what does this book remind you of recently that happened? So I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but what does it remind you of? Like, how does this relate to today? So those are the questions I want you to answer. So how does this relate to today, and what event does this remind you of? And also, there was a word in there, so I hope you all are looking those words up that you do not know, because if you're not, then you're kind of defeating the purpose of comprehension if you don't comprehend the words that you read. It was a word, if I'm not mistaken, it was the first time that I've seen it. Modicum. I think that's the word, but I'm not looking at my sheet of paper right now. So Modicum. Basically, yeah, look it up. I was gonna tell you the definition, but look that word up and get back to me if you find out the definition of it. So hopefully you're enjoying these postings, and I'm enjoying doing them. So just say I love teaching, and this right here is my opportunity to do that. So peace, love, and I'm out. Fun Education Network. Peace.